Okay, and we are going live. Let's get the Streamlabs going. We'll get YouTube going. Let's get this link up in here. Let me paste this in here. I'm gonna go ahead and open the webinar room. Gonna go ahead and start the broadcast. Okay. Let's get things rolling. How's everyone doing today? Hello? Welcome to my Ableton Live 101 online workshop. My name is Grant. I will be your host for the evening. We're going to get started very soon, so please sit tight while the rest of the participants show up. And if you are here now and you can hear me, please let me know in the chat. Also, while everyone is still showing up, please go ahead and post in the comments and let me know where you're from. I'm curious to see where we got people tuning in from. Hello, Nick. What's up, Anthony? Dee Dee. Nice to see you again. We got Moses, Tiffany. Howdy. Danielle. How we doing? Oh, we got Anthony tuning in from Denver. Love Denver. I want to go back there. I went there in the wintertime. I want to go there in the summertime. It's beautiful. Cincinnati, Ohio. Nice, very nice. We got an Aussie in Oregon. That's super cool. Yeah, that's quite the switch up going from Australia all the way to Oregon, out of all places. We got New York, South Florida, Tampa, Florida. Hey, I'm from Tampa too. What's going on, man? We got Pierce from Tennessee. I actually used to live in Tennessee. I lived in Knoxville when I was younger. What's up, Rick? Pierre? Lola? God, we got a lot of people here. Yeah, we're going to get started very soon, but we're just going to wait for a couple more people to show up before we jump right into it. What is it? Tuscaloosa, Alabama? Never heard of that place before. Santa Cruz, California. Must be nice. Maryland, also nice. We got Los Angeles. Very beautiful here. Can't get enough Colorado, man. I want to go back already. Istanbul. Oh, that's so cool. We got someone from the other side of the country here. And we got right saying LA. But I like how he put it. That's pretty clever. Bangers4p@gmail.com. Yeah, I'll try to reach out to you once the webinar is over. Let me go ahead and copy that. Yeah, and in the meantime, if you guys want to talk amongst each other, just talk about what you guys do, put in your social media handles, get to know each other. That's totally cool. If you guys want to find me, my platform is going to be pretty much Instagram. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I have my music on Spotify, pretty much everywhere. You guys can find me at Grant Lee Music. Once again, yeah, my name is Grant, and my artist name is just my full name, Grant Lee. So, yeah. I think we're going to wait another minute before we get started. Atul, yeah, thank you for coming, man. You're welcome for the session. I'm here for you. We got Shah saying, hey, everyone. You guys are friendly. We're going to have a good class today. Good workshop. I'm excited. Okay, just another moment while we wait for everyone to get here. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Hi, I'm Grant. I'm the instructor. All right, so I think we've waited an adequate amount of time. So, looks like we have the majority of the people here. Let's go ahead and get started. Once again, thank you so very much for registering for this workshop. I'm very excited to get started, and I have so much cool stuff to share with you today. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to focus on the presentation, and I'm going to focus on teaching you guys. So any other comments from now on, you can go ahead and comment away. We're going to have the moderator who's going to be replying to people if you have any questions. And at the end of this workshop, I'm going to go ahead and answer all questions in the Q&A portion. So please go ahead and write any questions down that you may have during the webinar, and I'll try to do my best to address them at the end of the webinar. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I'm also going to go ahead and turn off my camera real quick so you can see the screen a little bit better. But without further ado, the purpose of this workshop is to help get you closer to your dreams of becoming a successful artist. Imagine that instead of having a boring 9-to-5 job, that you could be performing concerts, you could be shooting music videos, and also traveling the world. Let me know in the comments, how cool would that be? I'm here to help you, and with all that being said, I want to give you the tools that will help you acquire this dream. But with all the tools that I can provide, it is going to take some work on your part. You will have to dedicate the time to learn the things that successful artists do on a daily basis. These are going to be some of the things that we will be covering during this workshop. So my question to you is, are you willing to work towards your dreams? Are you willing to put the time in to become the artist that you have always wanted to be? Post in the chat and let me know if you are ready. Okay, I want to let you know that this is totally doable. So, what we are going to be covering today is how to produce a song on Ableton from start to finish. I'm going to go through the whole entire process. I'm going to sample some things on my microphone. I'm going to play the keyboard. I'm also going to go ahead and play my guitar. And I'm going to show you guys how you can write a song from start to finish with the Ableton Live software. So, it's going to be pretty cool. I want to let you know how you can get the most out of this workshop. Here's a couple of things that I want you to keep in mind when you're watching this workshop. Make sure to watch it in full because this workshop will not be recorded. Go ahead and turn off all distractions so you can retain as much information as possible. Make sure to use a computer so you can see the demonstration in full resolution. If you're on your phone or on a tablet right now, I would advise for you to go ahead and paste the link from the webinar into your computer so you can see everything. Another thing that's important is to take lots of notes. It is very important to go ahead and participate in the chat, but with that being said, please be respectful and keep your negative comments to yourself. The moderators will remove you if you are rude. If you go ahead and do all the things that I just mentioned, you will get the most out of what I will be teaching you today. And since you are tuning into this workshop, I know that you are serious about learning how to make your own music. I truly do appreciate your determination, and I will be giving you a free gift at the end of the webinar. I want to go ahead and give you a custom Ableton template that I created to help you write music. This particular template is organized and routed in the most efficient way for you to let your creativity flow during the songwriting process. This template right here is how I begin writing all of my songs. And with it, I'm able to write the majority of the song from start to finish in about 1 to 2 hours max. So go ahead and stick around to the very end, and this free Ableton template will be yours to keep. The next thing I would like to ask is, which one of these categories describes you? The one on the top left is going to be a vocalist. So if you are a vocalist or an aspiring singer, please go ahead and write 1 in the comments. If you're a musician, please go ahead and write 2 in the chat. If you're a DJ, please go ahead and write 3. And if you're just an all-around music lover, go ahead and press 4. I do also want to mention, you can go ahead and belong to more than one of these groups. So if more than one of these categories applies to you, go ahead and click on that right now. So once again, 1 for vocalist, 2 for musician, 3 for DJ, and 4 for music lover. I think everyone that's watching this webinar is number 4. Yeah, I see a lot of number 4s over here. Myself personally, I find myself in all these categories. I love singing, I play 6 instruments, I've DJ'd before, and I've been in love with music from a very young age. So if you guys put number 1 and you're a vocalist, I think this workshop would benefit you, because instead of having to go to expensive studios and not being able to communicate with the producers that you're working with, you can already know the ins and outs of the software, and you can tell them exactly what you want them to do because you're going to know how to use Ableton. When it comes to musicians, if you want to save some money and create your own music, instead of paying hundreds or even thousands of dollars to go to a recording studio, you can just go ahead and do it yourself. Now, if you are a DJ, this would benefit you because you could play the songs that you produced on your own in front of the crowds that you DJ in front of. Of course, that has to go along with when the pandemic's over, but maybe like right now, when we have a little bit of time to ourselves, you can spend this time to go ahead and produce as much music as possible. So when you start playing gigs again, you can play your own music and then send your music out to your DJ friends so they can go ahead and play it themselves. And finally, if you put number 4 and you're an all-around music lover, you can finally take your passion and you can start using the information that you learned here today to go ahead and start writing your own music. So, moving forward, I want to go ahead and describe a little bit about me so you guys can get to know me. Like I mentioned before, my name is Grant Lee. I'm an artist and producer based out of Tampa, Florida. So far, I have performed at Sunset, Imagine, and Okeechobee Music Festival. I've had releases on platforms such as Aerotech, Dancing Astronaut, RL Sex, Late Night Munchies, and Your EDM. Up to this point, I have read through the Mixing and Mastering Engineer's Handbook because I love music and I want to learn about as much as I can. I became a member of the Audio Engineering Society, and I'm also a mentor at the Music Producers Alliance, where I teach one-on-one lessons to music producers just like you. And here's a little collage of all the artists that I've had the pleasure of sharing a stage with or I've met over the years. Some of my fondest memories would be meeting Nitty Gritty. Me and him are like super tight now. Down at the bottom, I think the second picture from the left, that's my friend Michael, who's now known as Blunts and Blondes. He's big in like the bass music world. Above that, I ran into Slushy. All the way on the right, I got the chance to meet Son Holo. Dude was super cool, very humble. It was a very awesome experience. And over here to the right, where it says artists that I've shared a stage with, is Chami. And this is the artist that pretty much got me into dance music and house music. He got me into producing, DJing, everything. So meeting him was just the best feeling ever. It felt like everything just came full circle. So now that I've told you a little bit about myself and I've learned a little bit more about you who is attending this workshop, we're going to go ahead and transition the second portion of this workshop into the DAW. So a DAW is an acronym. It stands for Digital Audio Workshop, and the workshop that we're going to be teaching today is going to be all about Ableton. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to switch my screen over and I'm going to go ahead and start the songwriting process within the software. So here we are. This is my current project that I'm working in. As you can tell, I already have a couple different channels created, so that way I can just go ahead and start songwriting as soon as I hop in. I'm gonna go ahead and look at the comments real quick just to make sure everyone's still with me. Are you guys still with me? You guys ready to watch me make a song right here on the spot? It's gonna get pretty funky. A13 in the building. I like it. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. So, within this template, I have a couple different things organized. Up here at the top, I have where I'm going to be putting my drums. This is where I'm going to be putting my bass line. I'm going to use a piano and also an organ. And I'm going to have a couple of background effects down here. Once I'm finished with all of that, I'm going to go ahead and start laying down the guitar part. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to hop on this keyboard and start recording a melody or chord progression that I want to hear. So let's go ahead and do that. I set my BPM to 93 beats per minute, and I currently have my metronome on as well. Whoa, had a little bit of latency right there, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and check that out. Give me 1 second. Yeah, there's quite a bit of latency due to the workshop going on right now. So let me try to figure out a workaround around that. A little bit better. I think we're almost there. Yeah, so a good tip for reducing latency is going up here and clicking the option that says reduce latency when monitoring, and also going in here and putting it on a low buffer size. Alright, let's get started one more time. That was a false start, sorry guys. There we go, that's the piano line right there. Let's go ahead and fix some of those chords. Here back on the DAW. And that last chord, I'm going to change it to A minor, 7. What I like to do here is actually go in and turn up the velocities that are kind of quiet, just to make sure you can hear everything well within the DAW. And once again, just remember to keep your comments up until the end. I will be answering all of them within the Q&A. I personally like to go ahead and move stuff over by hand. That way, when I'm quantizing, I'm not taking away the human element of the notes that are being played. Like, you want to go ahead and quantize, but you don't want to go ahead and quantize everything, because then it will sound very robotic. And the type of vibe I'm going for right now is a little bit more relaxed. So you can go ahead and turn off the snap on the grid and just drag it around by hand. And now that that's laid down, I can go ahead and duplicate the part that's up here into the organ. And I'm going to go ahead, hit the Control D button to go ahead and duplicate that part. Once again, you can turn your adaptive grid off, and that will allow you to edit without a fixed value or parameter, giving your song a more natural and more realistic sounding feel. So now over here, we have these two parts. Kind of bluesy, kind of chill, good vibes. And I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this section over here. So let's just move that over. All throughout the song, I want to go ahead and have this melody be playing in the background. I'm thinking in terms of the song structure for this particular song. Okay, let's go ahead and get this going. We're going to move on to the drums. Yeah, I guess since I'm running a couple different streaming softwares, I got a little bit of latency, but it's cool. We'll work around it. I'm not scared of latency. Bad latency today. Okay, let's go ahead and write in the hi-hat part. Since we have latency, we're just going to work around it. Okay, got what I needed. Control-Shift-U is the keyboard for quantize setting. we're gonna go ahead and put a little bit of triplet swing in there. Okay, let's go ahead and get that drum beat going for the remainder of the song. Okay, that's sounding good. Let's go ahead and play a little bass part. Drop that down an octave. Over here on the bass, I like to use this plugin from Contact. It's actually called the Scarby Rickenbacker bass. And it pretty much replicates a natural bass, so it sounds really good when you're making music. We got the bass line going now. Move that over here. Let's quantize these notes too. For the remainder of the progression, we'll quantize that to a 1/8 note scale. Now we got the bass line, we have the drums, and we have the piano going. For the next part, we can go ahead and a little bit of background noise would be good. What I like to use in particular is a vinyl crackle. So something that sounds like this. Just to put in the background of the song. I think it sounds really nice and it adds a nice texture to the music. So we can just go ahead and duplicate that all the way throughout the song. And make sure to turn it down in the mix so it's not that noticeable, but you can still hear it in the background. Okay. So we got that nice crackle now. Now we're vibing. All right, let's record some forks. I got a fork and a knife right here, and I'm gonna use that in my microphone. And I'm gonna make 3 different sounds with it. I'm thinking about making kind of like something on the back of them, which is percussive. So like, and then also maybe we can do like a little bit of a wood frog. And then also like a kind of like a swiping type of thing. All right, so yeah, let's get that going real quick. Okay, we got that going, so let's go ahead and listen to that sample. Make sure it sounds good. Oh, I forgot. Okay, something I gotta tell you guys over here within the preferences. When I'm talking to you right now, you can hear my voice. It's going through a mono signal. For this portion while I'm recording, I actually have to turn that off stereo. Otherwise, it's going to record the song into the monitors. So let me go ahead and recreate that. Whoops. Okay, now, I know you're only hearing me out of the left or right headphone, but bear with me while I'm recording audio. And once again, turn the adaptive grid off so you can just go ahead and drag everything on there. I think that's good right there. And let's go ahead and copy that. Now we got that going on. Perfect. We're going to go ahead into the next part, which is going to be the silver frog. Kind of sounds like a froggy effect. Let's paste that over here. Once again, guys, keep all your comments until the end. I will answer them. Just write them down so I can go ahead and remember them. I like that. That sounds good. That's a good sample right there. And this last one is going to be the slice. Let's go ahead and put that over here. I think that one sounds good, that last one. Always go ahead and put on a compressor and some effects on top of it to make it sound a little bit better. Same with this frog right here. And we're going to put this in the beginning of the measure, the slice. Right, guys, so right now I'm recording the audio, so give me 1 second so I can go ahead and put everything in place, and then I will show you what it sounds like. And once I have the rest of these drums in the right spot, I will go ahead and turn the monitors back on so you can hear it. Just right now while I'm recording, I know you guys can't hear what I'm doing, but that's what it has to be while I'm recording audio. And I'm going to record a couple more things before I go ahead and change it back over. Okay, now that I went ahead and recorded those forks and all the different sounds that they can make, I'm going to go ahead and show you what it sounds like. Just the drums alone. And then with the rest of the song, it sounds like this. Alright, next thing I'm going to record is some glass. I think glass sounds really cool. Just finished drinking my water, and I'm actually going to use it to record. Let's go ahead and do that. Once again, it's going to be the same process. I'm going to play the glass and then another mystery instrument. You will see it in a second. Let me go ahead and put that on. Once again, you have to go into your hardware settings and recording so you can record things. So let's go ahead, get the glass going. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that grid on, and this is what we're gonna sample. Let's check that out real quick. Cool, 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 cool. Very cool. I know you guys are dying to hear it. Give me just 1 second. Let me just do a little Control D. Once again, Control D, that is the option to duplicate. This is one of my favorite buttons to do because look how fast I have all that music written. And the final instrument of the series is a plant. Yeah, you guessed it. You probably didn't, but that's what it is. Let's record this plant. And you may be thinking, Grant, how in the world are you going to play a plant? Well, I'm going to take this and I'm going to use it and I'm going to hit this right here. All right, all right, all right. Let's record this plant. I know one side of the headphones went out. It's because of the mode that I'm recording on. There's two different settings in Ableton for when you're recording audio. And I'm about to go ahead and put it back in a second. Okay. Let's turn that off. It's back in stereo so you can hear both sides, and here is the drum beat with the plant, the glass, and the forks, and also the drums. Let me go ahead and add one more thing up here, which is a crash cymbal. So we got like a pretty funky beat going on, and when you play that with the rest of the instruments, it sounds pretty tight. All right, guys. So we got a drum beat going. We got some forks and knives. We got some glass, and we have a plant. We also have a bass, an organ, and a piano. I think this song could use a little bit of a guitar. Let's go ahead and throw that in there. So when it comes to recording live instruments that are not plants, because you cannot tune a plant, you need to make sure to tune your guitar. So I already went ahead and did that prior to this webinar starting, because this is a music production webinar, not a guitar tuning webinar. So I got that done, got it out of the way, and the next thing I'm going to be doing is recording my guitar into my interface, and that's going to be going right into the software. So let's go ahead and do that. A little bit of advice when it comes to recording guitar. What I like to do is I record 2 takes of everything, and after I'm done doing that, I go ahead and layer the guitars. I pan, which means I move one of the guitars to the left speaker or left headphone, and then the other side to the right, and it makes a very cool stereo effect onto there. So once again, just stick with it to the end. I know you guys are like commenting. Leave your questions until then. I know we got a couple beginners in here, but I got a great part of this webinar that I want to show you for the beginners in this class to get you up to speed to what we're doing today. But without further ado, I'm gonna grab my handy dandy guitar pick and my Fender Telecaster to record some guitar. I'm gonna go ahead and change the input on the interface over here back to stereo. So give me 1 second. I know you're not gonna be able to hear everything, but we'll be back in a second, all right? This is my baby. If you're wondering, I love this thing. It's one of the best guitars I've ever had. Alright, let's get to the recording of this. It might be a little bit loud, so you have been warned. So the chord progression is going to be the same as the piano. It's going to be a C major 7 chord. Very loungy. After that, we're going to go to a D minor 7. Back down to the C major 7. And then down to A minor 7. Thank you. I'm glad you like my guitar. But let's get some guitar recordings going. Real quick right here. Turn the metronome on. We'll go ahead and solo the guitar part. I messed up. I'm sorry guys, I'm not perfect. Whoops, wrong chord. Yes, I do use a guitar pedal, and the chords is C major 7, D minor 7, C major 7 again, and then A minor 7. So once again, let me go ahead and record that for you. C major 7, D minor 7, C major 7, A minor 7, C major 7, D minor 7, C major 7, A minor 7. So there you have it. Let's go ahead and put that in real quick. I will go ahead and put it back on. So I'm coming in both sides, not just left or right. And now I'm going to move it into the rhythm section. like I mentioned before, I pan one of the guitars to the left and the other guitar to the right, because it creates a nice stereo effect within the recording. Let's hear that with the metronome, just a guitar. And yes, I am using a guitar pedal. The guitar pedal that I'm using, it's called a Headrush pedal board. The nice thing about the pedal board is I can take it with me whenever I have a show. I can use it for recordings. I have all of my different sounds and presets loaded up in there, and it makes it very, very easy for me to create on the spot. Sorry about that sound, guys. I know it was loud. And I like the guitar part, but let's have it come in a little bit later in the song. How does that sound? I take it, copy and paste it right over here. I don't know why it's making that sound. It's angry at me today. And what I like to do is make sure that all of the parts flow together really well. And let's hear that with the beat. Alright guys, you still with me? So far we have the drums, we got the bass, we got a piano going, we got some forks, some knives, we got a nice plant going on. Got a lot of stuff going on right now. Got a nice little break right here. Alright, cool. I'm happy you guys like it. What I'm going to go ahead and do here is put a little bit of a pickup note in here. I'm thinking of like a da 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 da. Yeah, there we go. It's good. Move this into a triplet grid maybe. Let's see how that works. not sounding right to me. Let me try this one more time. There we go, that's the rhythm I wanted. There we go. Sorry, you can't rush perfection. And I'm gonna go ahead and record one more guitar part. 1 second while I text my moderator. Un momento, por favor. And now we're gonna go ahead and switch over to the lead guitar. Now, this is going to be the final recording. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the audio interface one more time. Please bear with me while I do so. That sounds nice. Okay, let's do that. Cool. One more time. Nice, there we go. The take I wanted. Let's go ahead and listen to that. Okay. My students. Let's put this in the right place. It's gonna go on the offbeat of the first beat. Cool. Very cool. Let's keep it going. Alright, so yeah, let's go ahead and listen to this from the beginning. I'm going to go ahead and put a little volume automation at the end so that the volume just fades out to 0. And let's check it out from the beginning. Let's see what we got. Hi again, it's me. Alright, so what you guys think? Was it really that bad making a song? I feel like I made that whole entire idea in front of you guys from about 30 to 40 minutes. And yeah, that's about how much time it takes to create a whole song. This song's pretty much 3 minutes long. I mean, it's like a nice little lo-fi beat. And you can apply this to a bunch of different genres. I just wanted to go ahead and show you versatility. I wanted to show you piano, a little bit of guitar, a little bit of bass, sampling like a plant, you know, like sampling my homie over here, or like even like this Doritos that I got from like Taco Bus the other day. You can use forks, man. You can sample everything. Like, that's the beautiful part about music. So let me go ahead and go back to the PowerPoint. Now that we are out of the DAW, let's go ahead and keep it going. So here's a couple of the myths that I hear when I talk to people about music production. The first myth that I always hear is that music production is hard, but I showed you earlier that it can be easy, fun, and also exciting. All you really need to get started is a computer and some music production software. People tell me that music is time consuming. I believe this is true, that if you do not have the proper guidance, it can be time consuming, but I just showed you right now you can make a full entire song in about a half hour to 40 minutes, and if you have the proper guidance, I'm sure you could do it too. The next thing I heard is that music production is expensive, but within the next couple of slides, I want to go ahead and show you how to get started in the most cost-efficient way. Another thing I hear is that there's too much information. This is definitely a problem in today's world of music production. There's a lot of good information out there, but at the same time, there's just as much bad information. So When you get started, I know we got a couple beginners in the class. Hopefully I didn't lose you guys. I just wanted to show you my love for making music. When you get started, it's going to be very hard for you to determine which information is of value to you. But I want to make that easier for you. Another myth that I hear is that you're unsure about where to get started. This is a very common issue when you are first getting started. If you could save years of your time learning how to produce, would that not be the best way for you to get started? And the last myth that I hear from almost everyone is that it is hard to stay motivated. But in my opinion, that depends on you. Also, if you find the right mentor or friend who is going to keep you accountable, that process becomes much easier. And I want to go ahead and introduce the course that I'm going to be teaching you. It's going to be a Ableton Live 101 beginners course. And here is what I wanted to accomplish for you. Instead of music production being hard, I want to make it easy to learn. Instead of making it time consuming, I want to give you the proper guidance and give you 2 1-hour lessons a week. That's all the time that you're going to have to put into the course. And with that, I'm going to teach you how to make a song from start to finish. A lot of people say that music production is expensive, but I want to make it as cheap and affordable as possible that I can for you. And I know there's lots of information out there, but I want to give you concise information, and I want to help you stay motivated by giving you feedback sessions within this course. Like I mentioned before, this is a complete beginner's course. It's going to go through the fundamentals of music production, and you're going to come out a well-seasoned and well-experienced music producer once you're done with this course. The purpose of this course is to get you from feeling frustrated like this guy over here and more like this, playing on a stage the music that you made with yourself or with your friends and just enjoying every second of it. What I'm here to do is help you achieve your dreams faster. So, the Ableton Live 101 course that I will be offering you, it's going to be a full 9-hour course. You're going to have 9 different production assignments and feedback sessions. You're going to have a private chat with me where I will be able to answer your questions, and a mastermind chat with the other students. We also have a deal where we can give you a 90-day trial version of the Ableton Suite software, and also an additional 40% off once the course is completed. You'll also be getting a bunch of project files, samples, plugins, and lots of goodies. So, to sum it all up, it's going to be a full 9-hour course, in addition, a full 9-hour feedback session, so 18 hours of content. You get 90 days to try the software completely for free. You get project files, a list of plugins, drum samples to use, and MIDI files. If I could put a price tag on all that stuff, I would go ahead and base off of my rates alone for the Music Producers Alliance, a one-on-one coaching session would be equivalent to $95. So if you put that with 18 hours, you're going to have 2 different blocks. For the first 9 hours, it would cost you $855 to book a lesson with me. And then for the feedback session of 9 hours, it would cost you an additional $855. The trial software is free, so instead of paying $749, you can get the course and also the Ableton trial software completely for free. And like I mentioned before, project files, sample plugins, all that stuff. This is going to be a value of $2,634, but since you are attending this webinar today, instead of giving it to you for $600, we're going to go ahead and give this course to you for $300. And that's going to be a price that's very affordable for anyone that wants to get started. This is an incredible offer. What I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm actually going to go ahead and activate the button of where you can purchase the course and where you can sign up. So underneath the webinar, I put the sign up button right there, and also a contact button if you have any questions for me. Now, in comparison to other schools, I found a recording school called Point Blank, and The fees for that school is close to $1,450, and that's a payment in full. Aside from that, if you want to keep going there longer, it's $100 to register and about $675 per term, or per month you would pay $225. When I looked at Icon Collective, their course is about $2,995, which is very expensive. DubSpot online is about $4,750 US. And when you go to the actual campus at New York or LA, you're paying about $5,495, which is a lot. Like I mentioned before, you get all of these things, and the value of it is $2,634. That is the value for the course that I'm offering you today. But since you came to this webinar, you came to this workshop, you participated, and you're serious about learning how to produce music, we want to give it to you for 50% off of the regular price, which is $600, and sell it to you for $300. Because we want to give you as much value as possible. Now this over here is the middle tier. It's called the value tier, and it includes this 9-hour course, 9 hours of feedback, these different chats with the instructor and the students, the trial version of the software for free. We also include a 40% off once you're done. You get different project files, samples, plugins, and drums and MIDI files, all for $299. Guys, this is an incredible offer. Upon completion of the course, you are going to be able to produce your own music. You're going to be able to know the fundamentals of music production, and you're going to be able to fulfill your dreams of becoming a successful artist or a music producer. This course is designed for the go-getters. It's designed that people are dedicated to becoming artists, and also for individuals who want a career in music or to pursue something they love. So please, go ahead and act now, because we will be starting the course very soon. This is a limited time offer, and I will be only offering this course once. We have a limited amount of seats, so once the course is full, we will not be taking any more students. My schedule is very busy, but I set aside a time to create this course. If you are tired of going around in circles trying to find the right information, then this course is for you. If you want to save years of your time and want to learn how to produce a finished song, then sign up for this course today. It is up to you to make your dreams of becoming a successful artist come to life. So what are you waiting for? Over here is the lesson plan of all of the different things you'll be learning in the course. Trust me, I know it is a lot, and it may seem overwhelming at first, but I will take the time to break this information down in a way that everyone can understand. These lessons are included here because you will need to learn about them in order to make quality music. These are the fundamentals of music production. The amount of value in these lessons is unbelievable. It is narrowed down to be concise and to the point information. I have created this course to make sure you learn the most important parts of music production without overloading your brain with too much information. The first week, we're going to be talking about the software interface, the file optimization, the key commands. After that, we're going to find a good starting point and talk about genre-specific productions. Next, we're going to talk about all the different instruments that I recorded today. So the sub, bass, the drums, the mid-range instruments, effects, and vocals. We're going to talk about track arrangement, as I did for you live. We're going to talk about song structure, transitions, and different writing techniques. Over here, we have signal processing, where we're going to be talking about effect chains, serial versus parallel processing, return channels, and also routing. We're going to go into next week talking about equalization, subtractive EQ, and how to tighten up your mix. And we're also going to be talking about compression, dynamics, different audio effects, and also levels and panning. So you guys are going to be learning a lot in a very short amount of time. Now, that is all that you're going to get with the value package, which is right in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and open up the browser real quick. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So over here, once you click on the sign up button, this is where you're going to get a breakdown of all of the different packages that we are offering. You're going to see a side-by-side comparison of all the things that are included. And if you want to go ahead and enroll, you can click this button down here. You can click on the courses, and you can fill out your email address, your name, and your phone number to purchase the course. If you guys are interested in a payment plan, we also can offer that to you, where you would pay for half the course now and the other half once you're halfway through. Now, over here, the package we just talked about, that was the value package. Over here on the left-hand side, we have the basic package, which is a little bit more doable if you think that this would be a better option for you. It's listed for $199, which is a steal. You still get all the different lessons. You still get the 90-day trial software, and you also get the project files. Now, you're not going to get all the features that the value package gets, but if this is more in your price range, feel free to go ahead and enroll. And finally, over here, we have the VIP portion. So if you guys are serious, you guys are passionate, and you're devoted about making a career in music production, this is going to be the package for you. And $799 is a great offer because the other production schools, their price range was anywhere from like $1,500 to about $5,000. And there's also other production courses that are much more expensive, but I didn't want to mention them because there's a lot of them out there. Down here at the bottom, you have a little bit of a diagram that shows you all the things that you learn and the description on the right hand side. So everything is right here for your consumption. So let me go back over here into the PowerPoint presentation that I prepared. Like I mentioned before, the Ableton Live 101 course basic includes all of the course content, which is a full 9-hour course, but you will not get feedback on your assignments, and you will also not be able to talk to the students or the instructor directly. So that is the disadvantages of the basic course. Now when it comes to the VIP course, you get an additional 100 drum samples. You also get the additional MIDI files. You also get 2 private sessions with the instructor. You get marketing for artists bonus material, and also the 40% off the Ableton suite upon completion of the course. Once again, this package is $799. It's a little bit more, but it's totally worth the price and the value that you're going to be receiving within those bonuses. Here is a side-by-side comparison over here, just in case you're wondering. And once again, the medium course, which is most recommended for starting producers, is about $299. If that's out of your price range, you can get the basic course for $199, and we have the full VIP course over here for dedicated students for $799. And I'll be now opening up the floor for Q&A. So please let me know if you have any questions or concerns, and I'll go ahead and do my best to answer them right now. Let me go ahead and open up the chat so I can go ahead and see what you guys are asking. If you guys had any questions that you had during the beginning of the workshop, please go ahead and put it in the comments or the chat if you guys wrote it down. And I'm going to go ahead and open the floor for the Q&A. And we actually have a couple of the people that are attending the course. So we have Jimmy Bush, which is one of my current students, and also Ken. So if you guys want, you can go ahead and talk about your experience with the course and let me know what you guys learned so far. It's been really cool. These guys are about 6 weeks through the course, and when they came in, they were still pretty new to Ableton. They were getting used to it, but now they're getting to the point where they're writing full 3, 4, 5-minute songs, and every single week I am super surprised by how these guys are improving. I feel like a proud parent because they've just learned so much. They've applied what I've been teaching them, and I've been giving them feedback on their production. So every single week they come back bigger and better. So Didi asked, what is the usual price of Ableton Suite? The usual price for Ableton Suite is about $750. So for about 3 months, 90 days, you get the software completely for free. And then once your 90 days are up, during that time frame, you should be finished with the course, because the course is about 8 weeks long. We're going to give you 40% off. So instead of paying the $750 for the course, you'll be getting the course for about $450. And you're going to be saving a lot of money, because this software is good for life. You make one purchase and you have it for the rest of your life. So we have Nick over here. He's asking, how do the feedback sessions work? Okay, so this is how the course works. On Monday at 7 p.m., I go ahead and I upload the lesson, so you can go ahead and watch it on your own time, anywhere from Monday up until Saturday. So on Saturday is when we have the feedback session, and that starts at 7 p.m. Eastern time, same time every single week. So from about Monday at 7 p.m. to Saturday at 7 p.m., you have all that time to work on the assignment that I provide. And I don't want to make it sound boring by calling it an assignment, but it's a music production assignment. So based off the lesson that I gave you in that week, I will have you apply some of those same principles, so you reinforce the lesson that I'm teaching and you can apply it to the songs you are writing. So the reason for why that is helpful is because every single week after you watch the lesson, the assignment is going to include the things that were talked about in the lesson. So after you do them a couple of times, you're going to go ahead and always remember how they work. Okay, so the next question is from Tina. Do you get a completion certificate? Yes, you do. We're going to provide that for you once you are done with the course. We have Jimmy Bush over here, which is one of my students. He's saying that it's a very great course. Everything is mapped out and detailed down to the frequencies in the EQs. Yeah, I pretty much go through the whole entire process, and I'm very descriptive. I'm very thorough, but I only tell you the things that are important so you know how to utilize the software. So Sam says, what if I have no music theory knowledge? At that point, bro, or my homegirl, Sam is like one of those names that can go both ways, so excuse me. When it comes to music theory knowledge, you would be shocked to believe that I think, like, I want to say about 90% of my friends that make music don't know anything about music theory, and they still make incredible music. When it comes to like production software, once you get the hang of it and you learn the ins and outs and you can practice on it, you really don't need music production to make good quality music. And based on the genre that you're working in, you can get away without knowing music theory. But if you want to learn more about music theory, I can give you some pointers. I'm actually working on a course right now. It's going to be a music theory for a music producers course, and that's going to be a short course that's going to teach people music theory when it comes to Ableton. So Johnny asked, are you going to mix and master the track you just made? So the track right here, I'm going to go ahead and do that after a little bit more of the Q&A, just to show you how to do that. So that's a good question. I'm going to go ahead and do that in a couple of minutes once we get some more questions out of the way. So Emily asked how to go about installments for the course. Please go ahead and scroll down where it says contact underneath the course, and we'll go ahead and talk about the installment plan for you. What I want to go ahead and do right now is I'm going to pull up this past week's submission and show you some of the music that some of the students are making. So let me go ahead and open up my folder where we keep all the feedback sessions. So Jimmy, the one that commented just now, I'm going to go ahead and open up his song. Yeah, Jimmy, are you okay with that? Are you okay with me opening up your song from this past week? I'm gonna go ahead and open up someone else's while we're waiting for him to respond. So this song right here is actually one of the students from the course. His name is Philip Lee, and this is the song that he submitted the previous week. Let's go ahead and skip forward a little bit. And then the ending of the song is really cool right here. Right, so that was one of the submissions from one of our students. Let's go ahead and open that up again. Dee said, apart from the DAW and headphones, what else do we need in order to start the course? All you really need to start the course would be a computer and also the free trial software of Ableton. You really don't need much else to get started. So if you have those two things, you got a computer, you can download Ableton from the website because you have internet. That's all you need. Mickey Torres said, new at this, how do you add the MIDI music with the exterior in instruments? If you want to go ahead and add MIDI, you create a new MIDI channel and you would highlight the portion where you want to write MIDI, and you would also automate the channel. So let me go ahead and do that. So over here I have an instrument. You would just hit this button right here and that arms it, and then you would hit the record button right here, and that's how you record your parts. So if you have an exterior instrument, like my piano right here, that's how I recorded the keys for this particular song. Let's go back over here to the screen. We have a question. Good choice. Long play said fire. Dee said triple thumbs up. Cool. Let's go ahead. I'm going to open up Jimmy's project because he was earlier in this webinar responding and stuff like that. So let me go ahead and play his song real quick. So we got that one. We also got this one right here. yeah, keep in mind all these producers that are making these songs, they pretty much started as beginners, and now they're making really dope music, and I'm really proud of them. Every single week they always surprise me with the type of music they're making. Yeah, it's just awesome that I'm teaching this course and people are picking up what I'm putting down, and they're not even completely done with the course. So I'm going to go ahead, and since you guys stuck around to the end, I'm going to activate the link. So if you scroll down underneath the workshop, you can actually get the project file. So down at the bottom, the project file is available for you. So go ahead and download that right now. That's what I used to start the song today that I was working on. And to go back to Johnny's question, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of mixing and mastering. Let's go ahead and share that screen. So listening to the song right now, because the template was set up in a particular way, I feel like it's mixed down pretty well. I was making slight adjustments during the process, so I like to do that. I like to add different effects and do a little bit of mixing while I write. So I kind of have most of the mixing down already. So for example, over here for the forks, all I did is I put a compressor on them to make them the right volume. So that way I killed the headroom and compressed the signal to make it louder, and I put a reverb and delay that I have already installed into this template. And same thing with the frog right here. You kind of go in and you listen to it and you adjust the compressor accordingly. And you saw I was clipping over here. We can go ahead and lower the volume so it's not clipping anymore. The forks, volume's just fine. Over here we have the slice. So the compressor's a little bit hard on this, but it's not clipping and I think it sounds good. When it comes to the glass, all I did is I have a reverb and delay on there. It's not clipping, so it's totally fine. And then we have the plant over here. Which sounds pretty good. And then the drums sound like this now that they're all mixed. So the drums are sounding good. We have the sub over here. It's already at -10. You really don't have to do much else to it. I have the contact and I have the width over here. I'm going to set it to 100 because it's a regular bass. On top of that, they have these really cool EQs already built in Ableton, which I think sound great. I compare these with the different tables that I use to EQ stuff, and they're already set up perfectly, so I just leave them how they are. Another good technique when mixing is to use a span to see where all your frequencies are. And it looks like that lead guitar is a little bit loud, so I'm going to drop it down. And we could use a little bit more bass, so I'm going to increase the volume on the bass. The rhythm guitar is a little bit loud, so we'll turn that down. And the vinyl crackle is barely audible, so it's totally fine. I think the keys are sitting good in the mix, so I'm going to leave them right there. So now that your tracks are mixed within the whole entire project, you can go into the master bus. I have this preset, so when you open up the template, it should already be mastered. And this is the curve that I use when I'm mastering. So I do a hard cut at about 30 Hertz. I do a slight boost at about 60 Hertz. I put 1.5 decibels on there, and that's a notch. I also do another boost at about 230 Hertz. It's about 1 decibel with a filter curve at 5. Now when it comes to 2.5 kilohertz, I also put a boost right there, and that's going to be the pop in the snare. And there's a slight boost from 10,000 to about 1,800 to give it a little bit more air. And then I do a hard cut, 48 decibels per octave at 18,000 Hertz. After that, you have a compressor, and you just go ahead and listen to the song to make sure the settings are good with it. I'm going to go ahead and turn this down so it's not breaking the monitors. So I like to have a fairly quick attack and a slow release. That way the compressor sounds more natural when it's going over the whole entire bus. And the knee over here, it's at about 60 decibels, so it's a pretty soft knee. It's a more gradual curve as opposed to right here, which will be more jagged, but we're gonna go ahead and leave it at 60. We have about 7 decibels of gain coming out of the compressor to boost the volume because we have a threshold of -16. I think we can get away with turning it up a little higher. So the threshold is the limit where the compression starts to happen. Right now I have my threshold set at about -8 decibels. So any volume that's over -8 decibels is being compressed, and my ratio is 1.5 to 1. So a 1.5 to 1 compression ratio means that for every 1.5 decibels of gain that's coming into the compressor, 1 decibel of gain is coming out the other side. And this is a very subtle compression that I put on the whole entire master bus because I don't want to over compress the song because it takes away from the dynamics and also the life of the song. Over at the end, I boost the gain about 6 decibels because there's -8 decibels being taken away, so I'm going to bring in a little bit more of that volume. And over here, the very last thing is the invisible limiter. This is a plugin made by AOM, which is a very good company, and I go ahead and use this span. This is actually a free plugin that you can get off the internet, and this is going to tell you where the frequencies of your song are and also the loudness of your song as well. So your RMS right here is about -24.3, so I'm going to boost that up a little bit and see what it sounds like. Let's try 4 just to go. And when it comes to lo-fi, I feel like a good range for the RMS is anywhere from about like -9 RMS to about -11 or 12 based on how loud you want to push it. Be very careful because if you push this limiter way too hard, it's going to make your signal sound over compressed, and I think we're almost there right now, so I'm only going to go up a little bit longer. I think that sounds pretty good. So that's how I would do a quick mix and master using the Ableton template that I made, and also using my ears to figure out what sounds good and what could use some more work. Let's go ahead, go back to the comments. Yeah, Jimmy's track was pretty good. Let's see. Oh, Philiple's in the chat. Nice. Yeah, so Philiple's one of the students Thank you, man. I'm glad you liked the track that I made. Dee Dee said more bass. Yeah, more bass, always good. Let's see. So yeah, Jimmy Bush, Philip Lee Jackson Jr., and Ken, thank you guys for coming to the webinar. Those are my students right there. Thanks for being here. If you guys want, go ahead and put your opinions about the course. We have 3 links right now on the page. So we have the sign up option if you want to register for the course, which I would highly recommend. We have the project file that you can download for yourself. And we also have the contact option right there. So if you guys have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to us. We'll help you with your payment plans. We'll help answer questions about anything you're unsure about. Yeah, just reach out to us. We're cool people, I promise. And another thing I would like to include is now that you register for this webinar, you have access to the platform. So since you have access to the platform, you guys are here, we want to go ahead and give you access to one of the lessons for free. So you can go ahead and watch the lesson 3. It is on the platform for you. If you want to learn more about the course to see if it's a right fit, that is available for you. So if you go over here, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen one more time. Give me just 1 second. So if you click over here on the left hand side, there's like a little chart going up, which is called education. You can click on training, and over here there's a training called Ableton Live 101.2, and this lesson right here, instruments, that is the promo lesson. So when you go into this lesson right here, you can see that we have all of these lessons completely free. So you can go ahead and watch this lesson to see if this course is going to be a good fit for you, and you can go ahead and watch that whenever you want. If you like it, we have a couple of options right here to purchase the course. Just pick the option that you want to choose and fill out the information if you want to go ahead and purchase it, and you'll get access to the full entire course. We're going to be going through the feedback sessions. I believe the moderator put a comment in the comments of when the course is going to be starting. So once the course starts, that's when the classroom is going to close, and that will be your last chance to sign up for the class before we have it again, which I don't know when that's going to happen. So Angelica said, thank you. It was great. Thank you for coming. I appreciate your time, and I'm very happy that you enjoyed the workshop. So Danielle said, yeah, great tracks. Yeah, they're incredible. The students are really good. They really know what they're doing. Johnny said, cool. If you're cool with it, I'm cool with it. Shah said, that was a good webinar. Well presented. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Moses said, thank you so much. It was a great webinar. You're welcome. Yeah, anytime. I'm here to help you guys learn. I'm here to help. And I want to go ahead and wrap up this webinar. Let me know if you have any more questions. You guys got any concerns? You guys want to know what I had for lunch yesterday? I'm an open book. We'll keep it going for about another 5 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and close it out. Shohal said, thank you for doing this. I appreciate the time. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to be with me here today. Thank you so much. The letter A said, thanks. You got it. Day said, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Richard Moore said, thanks. Thank you too. Appreciate you, Richard. Danielle said, thank you for putting this together. I hope I can take the course soon too. You can take the course. We got the buttons down there. Go ahead and sign up. If you love music, you're dedicated to learn, and you want to learn how to make songs like the students or the song that I made today, like I said, we have that free trial lesson. If you go into the education on the platform, you can go to lesson 3 and you can see what I'm teaching you, and you can go ahead and start learning already. So go ahead and take that free lesson over there on the education portion, and let me know if you like it. If you like it, you can get access to the whole entire course. So we have Long Play saying, hope to catch you in Omaha. Peace out. I'll see you later, Long Play. Yeah, I'll definitely shoot you an email for when the concert's going on, once I get a little bit of downtime after this webinar. Danielle said, when does it start, did you say? So Valentina went ahead and responded and let you know when it starts. Valentina is the moderator. She's been helping me all along. I'm very fortunate to have such a good partner, and I'm very happy for all the help that she has been providing. So, a round of applause for Valentina. Everybody make sure to thank her in the chat too. She's awesome. Yeah, a couple more minutes. In the meantime, I'm just going to be hanging out with this plant that I beat up with a drumstick. So, so yeah, guys, you can make music out of plants. You can make music out of soda bottles. You can make music out of forks. You can make music with this. You can make music with this. And I do want to show you a close-up of the guitar, because before it was a little bit far away, but now you can get a good look of it. She's a beaut. Look at this thing. Oh, it's so nice. I'm so fortunate. And I had a couple people asking me about the foot pedal that I use, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what that looks like too. So there you are. This is the Headrush pedal board. I know it's off right now, but once it's on, there's a bunch of different buttons. I got this cool little pedal right here. I got all these buttons, got some knobs up here, and this is touchscreen too, so it's really cool. Why, thank you. I love my guitar too. And then aside from that, I play 6 instruments total. I've been playing guitar for about 13 years now. Guitar was my first instrument, then I moved to piano. I picked up the bass shortly afterwards, and then I also learned how to play the violin. I play the tenor and the alto saxophone. I also learned how to play drums because I used to play in bands when I was younger. And whenever we would have a break during band practice, I would just go ahead and play the drums. Eventually, I just started writing all the different parts for the band. I would write the guitar parts, I would write the bass parts, I would go ahead and write the keyboard parts, the drum parts, pretty much everything. And I did play a lot of shows. I played my first show when I was 13 years old. That was a lot of fun. I was playing in Midwest Wisconsin at the Badger Theater in Reedsburg. That was like the spot back in the day. And then after that, I recorded it with a couple different bands. I did a little bit of traveling. I went on and off for about 4 years. That's when I moved to Florida and I got really into music production and dance music. So I learned how to make dance music. I actually started producing. I picked up DJing and I started playing a lot of different like gigs. I started off playing like fraternity and like sorority parties on campus. And then after that, I went ahead and I started playing different clubs in the area. I started traveling around, and finally I got to the point where the previous year, before the virus, I was starting to play festivals. I got the opportunity to play at Sunset Music Festival in Tampa, which has close to 30,000 people in attendance. I got to headline one of the stages at Imagine Music Festival in Atlanta, Georgia, which was really cool. And I also got the opportunity to play at Okeechobee Music Festival, and that was a lot of fun. So it's been a good past couple of years. If you guys want to connect with me, feel free to reach out to me. My username is Grant Lee Music on all platforms. My website, also Grant Lee Music. And if you guys want to find my music, my full name is Grant Lee, and it's going to be a picture of me with like a red background. That's what it is currently. So yeah, I think that the questions have came to an end. Thank you guys so very much for attending this workshop. I hope you guys learned a lot. Hope you guys had fun. I had a lot of fun. And